You've been out at OTAs. What's your impressions been? Smith, McLeod, Elijah Moore, and just some takeaways from organized team activities that you've been out at.
Obviously, they're not hitting or doing a whole lot, so you really don't know till you get to training camp. But I've said this before, one of the biggest acquisitions to me of the whole, if not the biggest of the whole offseason, was the addition of Jim Schwartz. I think that he will make a big difference in the defense because he has a very aggressive philosophy, and you can see him hands-on out there on the field. Last week, he had a 51 jersey on. We're kind of wondering what that was about. We're going to talk to him at OTAs this week, but Stefanski said basically he likes to pick out a guy who's really doing it the right way, and last week, 51 is Jordan Kunasek. And so I think that, he relates to players, but they respect him. They know he's won the Super Bowl. He's been very experienced, very successful. But I think the biggest thing he brings is an aggressive mindset. And that's really good to know now that when you look out there with Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, Obo Okoronkwo, and then Dalvin Tomlinson in the middle, and Siaki Ika in the middle, and Jordan Elliott. I think they're going to be very aggressive up front, and I just think that it's going to carry over on the field. So Rodney McLeod, I think, was one of the most underrated signings of the offseason. PFF had him ranked 7th best safety in the NFL last year. He's playing for the Colts. He played for the Eagles under Schwartz, I think, when they won the Super Bowl. And the players we were talking to last week, Juan Thornhill said he immediately knows the defense and is telling everybody where to be and what to do. And I just think he's going to be invaluable. We saw some of those defensive blown coverages last year, and you would think with a guy like Thornhill, but McLeod on the back end, will really help the depth as well as, the whole defense. And so I think the safety room with those three guys looks good, but overall, I think those two late additions, Zadarius Smith and Rodney McLeod, will make a big impact on the defense overall. And I thought they'd done a good job in free agency and the draft, but those late two free agent signings, I think would be, have been very, very big. We'll see how it translates, but right now I think Schwartz and the defense look, and they could really keep them in games early on if the offense struggling, as far as the talent they have and especially coming out of the chute with Schwartz has a track record, but not with the Browns. And so that first game against the Bengals, he can really show them something that maybe Joe Burrow hasn't seen yet with the talent the Browns have, and maybe they can get off to a good start defensively against the Bengals right there.